Now, as you all know by now, Chaoscharge is coming back, and Jace Hubbard suggested that I do a little breakdown to it, like Curl the Artist style, and break down his trailer. Because Jace decided to be cute and called a reboot to Chaoscharge. No refunds. But yeah, I went through the old series of Chaoscharge, and now I'm going to break down this trailer and all the references. So, well, that's it. Let's get into the reason you clicked on the video. 3, 2, 1, go.
The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep the keys, but I can't control it.
Let's start with the first thing you hear rather than the first thing you see. That was Feel Like a Monster, or Monster, by, I think it was Brighter Than a Thousand Suns, which was the third theme song to Chaoscharge after going through several iterations. Well, several. There was two others, and the third one was Monster, but you know what I mean by that. So yeah, that's the first reference we have. It's surprising he didn't go with Everywhere I Go, considering that was the first one, but he only used that one for like 7 episodes. But hey, you know what? Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, as you could see, we have our duelists standing forward who are going to be the main series. We have, of course, going from left to right. I don't know who this woman is because she wasn't in the original, but since this is a Beyond reboot, we can do women now. So I'm just going to assume it's Jessica, and she has a pink duelist coming right out of the old 5Ds games. Now, of course, I cannot confirm that it's Jessica, but given the fact that Jason's other series is Jason Jessica, we'll just call her Jessica for the trailer. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Now, as for this guy, I have no idea who he is. He's the new guy. No, I do know who he is. I just thought of it before I hit the record button. This, I believe, is to be Austin, who was a Dark World user in the original series. Now, the thing about him is that you'd think that he was just going to be like a one-off character, like we just see him once and then never again. But actually he came up time and time again. Well, not time and time again, but he came back a few times, and honestly was pretty cool and kind of ahead of its time in a sense. And given that we see later in the opening, he's probably promoted to main character given off of this. So yeah, I'm saying that this is Austin in the trailer, though that's just a theory anyway. I could be wrong because there's also a thing in the trailer that contradicts it. But again, we're going in prediction mode here. Now, of course, here we got Jace Hubbard himself, the main character, obviously. It's his show at the end of the day. And his best friend, AJ. Those two are the easy ones because, well, they were in the original series, so obviously they're going to be in this one, too. Jace has an interesting new look, trying to do his best Leprechaun impression, and AJ has, well, stayed consistent, and we'll just keep it at that. But yeah, these are our 4 characters, and obviously the first thing you do to see with them is just walking forward in your stereotypical anime. Here we come. Good way to show off our characters immediately. Yeah, and they got little walking animations heading forward, so that's cute. It's nice. Now, moving forward to where things get really intense. Here we got Chaos Xyz's Mech-Equipped Engineer. I'm gonna get back to it, don't worry. Chaos Xyz's Ultimate Giga Trainer, or Ultimate, friggin'. Of course the name blanks on me. It's a Chaos Xyz monster, the frickin' Ultimate, it's a rank 11. Figures I hit no, it was a rank 9 actually. Ultimate Coach Trainer Thingamafudger. I don't know all the names off the top of my head, but the point is, there's a trend between all these monsters. And this is number, I think this is the, Notorido, the Dark Chaos Xyz version. No, it's the Chaos Xyz version of Simon, the Great Moral Leader. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but yeah, that's what he is. This was a dick move by Jace, by the way. Watch this. He's on screen. He's less on screen for a second, and then we just move on to the next one. So I had to work my butt off to find this fucker. It's Chaos Xyz King Arthur. Yeah, I'll get back to it, but yeah, Chaos Xyz, comics hero King Arthur, or Legend Arthur, or whatever. Then we have the Chaos Xyz, Battleship Cruiser Diane thing, whatever, it's a rank 4, and, then we have the Chaos Xyz Dark Fairy Cheer Girl, and the Chaos Xyz Sky Palace is Babylon. Now, the thing is, only 2 of these were actually, technically only one was shown in the original series. It's Babylon here, We saw it when AJ faced a random rank 10 train user in the original series. And technically we see King Arthur, the comics hero King Arthur, but we don't see his Chaosic Z's form in Legend Arthur. He only just gets up the original form as far as I remember. But yeah, that's what that's a reference. So yeah, this is kind of going off. It's kind of funny looking back at Chaoscharge to be like, actually there's a bit of, like, he doesn't consistently use Chaosic Z's, but it's like, there's actually a bit of a story going on here, because the point, what I'm trying to say is, there's one thing all of these have in common. They're all Chaosic Z's monsters, and that is very relevant to the story of Chaoscharge itself, obviously. So it's a cute little premonition of what's to come. So yeah, let's move forward. Now here we got a pair of sunglasses and a smile, and that's all we see of the guy. And obviously, the best prediction of who this is Reggie Rever, who was the main bad guy of the original series, of course, and who of course was just guy with Jace with sunglasses, obviously, because live action show. That's all you need. It's fine though, but yeah, obviously this is all we see of the bad guy himself. So the best guess is Reggie. It could not be Reggie. That's all we have to go off of right now. I can't wait for this to be dated. But yeah, this is all that we know about him, is that it's most likely Reggie from the original series. And I'm going to bring up more about Reggie later. Don't you worry. I'll come back to this. Because there's going to be something later important to this. Now, as for this is actually a reference to the original logo to Chaoscharge, where it was all the Chaos number monsters around the corners, and of course Rank Up Magic, the 7th one, as the main plot of the original Chaoscharge was basically Reggie Rever trying to get a bunch of dual energy and using Chaos Knights and Knights who were elite soldiers of his that could use the Chaos number monsters in order to get him even more power. I might be misremembering some major parts of that, but that was the general idea of it. And he had a lot of knights in his hand that used start like 102, 106, and a really cringe guy who used 105, but we'll never speak of him again. Wait, is it sad that that's probably one of my best looks? Maybe. But yeah, that's what this is a reference to. It's the original logo of Chaoscharge. Now this is very interesting because from the hoodie you can get an idea as to who this guy is, but it's the Mech Lord that throws it off. But it wasn't until I actually thought about it for a couple minutes until I realized who this was. Just gonna keep moving forward. And that was the hint that gave it away. Dark Calling. This is Tobias Riptor, who in the original series first he used like a mill deck, but then he quickly moved on to Evil Heroes, which of course used Dark Calling, as you can see here. And yeah, that's obviously of course he also had the rival character used to wear as a hoodie by law. So that's most likely who this is, Tobias. Now, why he has a Mech Lord Emperor, I have no friggin' idea. Maybe he changed his deck a bit in case he faced any Synchro users. Maybe he was facing off against a Mech Lord guy and, like, Monster Reborned it or something. Or maybe he, like, brain controlled or something like that. I don't know why he's got a Mech Lord. Maybe it's something Jace just put in the trailer to throw everyone off and be like, who could this mysterious new character be? But no, the Dark Calling and the hoodie gives it away. The Mech Lord Emperor is to throw you off. Most likely, anyway. But moving on. Sorry. This... I hope this thing isn't coming out of sync. This is the main champion who was in the Beyond Style Duel episode 1 and 4. He is the champion of, this world, because I guess Jace is implying that that Chaoscharge takes place in his Beyond Style Duel series. Which is fine. I don't mind a little crossover between the two, of course. Nothing wrong with that. Would be interesting if it actually turns out that it wasn't Reggie, considering there is another hint of the fact that this guy also has Shet, Izumi, but he's got stubble while Reggie doesn't, so we can assume that this guy isn't the main bad guy, though it would have been an interesting twist. I'm not telling Jace do that. I'm just saying, what if, But yeah, this is the main champion from the Beyond Style Duel. Don't ask me his name. I'm terrible with names anyway. But yeah, that's who this guy is. Now the five-headed dragon here actually threw me for a loop because there's actually two duelists who used this. There was the champion himself who used armed dragons, cyber darks, and dragons together. While Reggie also used a five-headed dragon a couple times in his show. I'll get into why later, but yeah. This could either be for Reggie or for the champion, but I want to say it's for the champion based on something that's important later. Again, don't worry, I'm going to get to it. I know I'm saying a lot. Wait till later, but I swear I'm going to come back to it. It's going to be like, wait till later in part 2. No. Unless Jace makes a second try, but that's another story entirely. So yeah, I'm willing to bet that based on what we see here with the whole... It shows off the five-headed dragon, the armed dragon level 10, and the Cyber Dark Dragon, all of which is the things that the champion uses. I'm willing to bet that this is the champion's five-headed dragon. And now we have Jace activating his dual disc and showing off his Supreme King Dragon Zark, because true to the original series, he's going to be sticking with the Dimension Dragons in this one. I don't know if he'll have the rival like he had of Dragon in this series, but we don't know for sure. But yeah, he uses Dimension Dragon, so odds are he's going to be using Zark as well. Maybe he'll be leaning more into Zark in this series. I don't know for sure. Only Jace really knows. And even then, it's probably not for sure. But yeah, this is just to show that no, Jace is still using the Supreme King Dragons. Although he could have shown Odd Eyes off here, or like a Clear Wing. But no, he chose to go with Zark, just to be like, they're all at once, baby. I can just show them at once, and you know what I mean. Moving on, we got AJ here, and he's going to be using his Red Dragon Archfiend. Now, it's interesting because AJ in the original series actually kept switching decks. Like, he had a Blue Eyes one moment, then a Red Eyes, and back to a Blue Eyes, then Utopia for like 5 minutes, and then he ended it on a freaking Red Dragon Archfiend Felgrand deck. But I guess this is... I mean, of course, in real life, there's nothing wrong with changing decks. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just weird for a Yu-Gi-Oh! Show for him to be like, I'm switching decks now, again. But yeah, his most consistent was Blue Eyes, but switching it to Red Dragon Archfiend is fine, because while Red Dragon Archfiend is a little overused in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan series, Blue Eyes just takes the cake far and away, so yeah. No problems with that. Now we got who I'm predicting is Austin here, but we're going to see something that throws off my prediction with that. Blackluster Soldier there. Not yet, Jessica. Yeah. This guy is using Blackluster Soldier, which throws off my game plan. Now, it's possible he's still using Dark Worlds and threw in a Blackluster Soldier because he likes the card. That is entirely plausible. You can just throw a Ritual Monster in any deck. I could play freaking Legendary Flame Lord in Salamangreats if I want to. There's no reason I can't. It's not ideal or smart in any way, but I'm allowed to do it. But the fact he has BLS throws it off my theory as to why it's Austin. Because Austin didn't play Blackluster Soldier. He played Dark Worlds. So, while I'm willing to say it's Austin, most likely based on an end screen we see later, just the fact that Blackluster Soldier is here throws off my theory. But then again, if frickin' Tobias back then if Tobias all the way back there was using Mechlord Emperors in an evil hero deck, I'm willing to bet that Austin could throw... And this guy, and of course the champion, was throwing in frickin' Cyber Darks in an Armed Dragon deck, although that one makes a little bit more sense. I'm willing to say that Austin here can spoiler. I'm willing to bet that Austin can totally throw in a Blackluster Soldier in his Dark World deck, and it's mostly fine. So yeah, willing to bet it's Austin, but I could be completely wrong. It's just an entirely new character. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up. Anyway, on to the next one, and the one that caused the biggest controversy with me. Well, not the controversy, but... Yeah, controversy is the wrong word, but it got me more conflicted is what I meant to say, not controversy. Controversy is wrong. It got me confused and conflicted. Jessica here activates her dual disc, and it's Borolo Dragon, which threw me for a friggin' loop, because in the original series, that was Reggie's deck. He played Boroloads and Rockets. Now, it's possible that... Now, granted, it is entirely possible that they are both using Rockets in Boroloads. Because in real life, we can all... Like, anyone can play Salamangreats. Like, just anyone can, if they want to, for example. They probably wouldn't, but they are all... Everyone is allowed to play Salamangreats if they want to. But Or she could just have Borolo Dragon as a one-off card in her deck while she isn't playing Relic. She'd be playing friggin' Marine Sis or something. I don't know. But the fact that she has Borolo Dragon most likely means that she is playing Rockets, which leads to my friggin' question of what the frig is Reggie Rever playing then if someone else is playing Boroloads? Like, and it's, which also means that that 5-headed dragon we saw later wasn't Reggie's if he's not playing Rockets or Boros. And it was most like the champions, which is what I was talking about earlier. So if Jessica is playing in Boroload, what the frig is Reggie playing? Now, obviously in the original series, it was freaking Dimension Dragons versus Rockets. So if you think about it, it was Yuya versus Revolver / Varus, which is fine, but it's just one of those things where it's like, wait a minute. But it just adds to more, which just leads to the point is, it just, her having Boros and Rockets is not a problem with me. Not in the slightest. I want to make that clear. It's just one of those things where I saw him like, wait, no, that's not right. What? That threw me for the biggest loop, you know? But yeah, we're going to keep moving forward. They're activating the scales and showing off the Dimension Dragons because, well, again, Jace used the Dimension Dragons, so, you know, gosh, and he was the main Pendulum guy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Jace is the reason why I calmed down on Pendulum monsters. Like, a part of it was also MR5 and MR4, but it was mostly just seeing Jace use it, where I'm just like, you know what, maybe these things aren't too bad, because I used to freaking hate Pendulums, like, to the ends of the earth. Like, some people hate Lynx, I hate Pendulums. Now I'm like, they're okay. I don't hate them. You know, time heals all wounds, or at least most of them. But yeah, this is just showing off all this stuff, and the Dimension Dragons that Jace plays. Interesting that they put it here instead of putting it with Zark, but it's whatever. But yeah, this is the loop this was the thing that I was talking about why I think it's awesome. Because we're showing off Grapha right here from Master Duel, or the Grapha Fusion. We're also showing off the Armed Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, and Chaos Emperor Dragon. I don't know why Chaos Emperor Dragon is here, to be honest, other than he's a dragon. Now, of course, they're all playing like darkish monsters, so potentially they could all put Chaos Emperor Dragon in their decks. But it's just weird that he's here, you know? It's just like, my favorite signature monster, Chaos Emperor Dragon. Like, what? Actually, a bonus thought occurred to me after I'd finished recording this whole video. The Chaos Emperor Dragon here, it uses light and dark monsters. Now, in the original series, AJ had used Red Dragon Archfiend here, as well as Felgrand monsters, and Felgrand monsters are light types. So I imagine this is potentially a card that he could be using. Now, that actually, while a solid theory, wouldn't also make sense with this whole thing, because we're also supposed to be showing off like a bunch of like protag and antag monsters here, because we got the Grapha, the Armed Dragon level 10, Red Dragon Archfiend, and Chaos Emperor. It wouldn't make sense for AJ to be showing up twice. So it would also make sense that this was one of Jessica's cards. But I actually have another theory as to whose card it could be. Reggie. Now, the main theory of this is very niche, and it's kind of a stretch, but it's the best theory I have. What if Reggie is playing Chaos Monsters? I mean, the name of the show is Chaoscharge, and Chaos Emperor Dragon here is a Chaos Monster, obviously. So I'm willing to bet that that's Jace throwing in Chaos Emperor Dragon to give us a sneak peek as to what Reggie's card is. Or it's Rick and Jessica's card, or it's AJ's card, and he's putting it in there again because, well, Chaos Emperor Dragon is a pretty cool card, so, you know, why not show him off? I mean, like I said, all of the protagonists could potentially use Chaos Emperor Dragon, but I'm willing to bet that that's most likely. Or it could, again, we freaking saw the Chaos Xyz monsters early on, so it could freaking be one of theirs as far as we know. But again, that's my main theory, that the Chaos Emperor Dragon either belongs to AJ or Jessica or Reggie. And honestly, my brain says Reggie more, just because he hasn't shown any of his cards yet as far as we know. Unless he's the one playing Dark Worlds. But yeah, we haven't seen any of his cards, so what if this is Jay sneaking him in there and we don't know it? But anyway, that's just a theory, a Yu-Gi-Oh theory. Thanks for the question. Back to the video. But yeah, it's Grappa being here that makes me think that it is Austin, and he just put a Blackluster soldier in the deck, and and Jace put it there to throw everyone off their game, you know? Like, they won't predict it's Austin, because who the frig remembers Austin? I did my homework. I probably got some of this stuff wrong, but still. And here we just... Pause. Thank you. For doing all this frame skipping, all this stuff is probably throwing it off. But yeah, now we see the characters with all their ace monsters. AJ's got RDA. Jace has got All Eyes. Who I assume is Austin's got BLS. And of course, Jessica has Borreload. This is just showing off all of their aces, of course. No further detail needs to be explained. It just, I wanted to pause because this is a really cool freeze frame and great thumbnail opportunity. Click. Yeah, and now we just have the Chaoscharge logo and just saying that it's coming soon. Don't ask for a release date, it's just coming. Which is totally fine. Like, just could release it in bloody... we could release it in freaking Christmas Day of 2024, and it's technically accurate because it released in 2024. Don't push Jace for a release date. Let him take his time and do all this stuff, of course. Obviously, we're all excited for it. We're all looking forward to it, but, you know... For that one guy who's going to be like, so where's Chaoscharge? Where's Chaoscharge? Where's Chaoscharge? Don't be that guy. For the love of God. You can be excited for it. You could say, I'm looking forward to it. But don't say, where's the new episode? For the love of God. Because that's shit like that is what got Chaoscharge, is part of what got Chaoscharge canceled in the first place. Now, I am a little, of course, going to be a little hesitant towards this series just because what happened last time, and of course, Jace got burned out, and basically, there was a whole channel reboot after Kappa, and a bunch of other bullshit happened. But I'm looking optimistic of this from Jace because I've read Yu-Gi-Oh! Inner Factors, which is his Wattpad series, and it's been going on very great so far. He's got Tournament arc going on at the moment, and it's been going rather well. Last update was around Halloween time, but you know, I'm willing to be patient because he's got a real life, real job. The Beyond series, like all of his Beyond shows, Jace, Jessica, and Friends, JH, Vice Principal, and of course, coming soon, Chaoscharge. And yeah, the Inner Factors has been going on well, and I've been enjoying that. And and he's proven that he can actually plan on a series ahead of time instead of making up stuff as it goes. Because while that idea can work great for some creators, it's not for everyone. You know, there is no golden goose. Just like how some people can learn via being told something, some people can only learn by, you know, doing it with their own bare hands. Like, you can tell me how to replace a tire, I need to do it myself before I can actually figure it out, you know? But yeah, that's the basic breakdown of what this actually is, you know? It's all showing up. Odds are we're going to start with a bunch of early on mooks that are going to be using Chaos. Like, they'll probably be using, like, generic decks, to be fair. Like, and then we'll, maybe I'll just these monsters when they're non-Chaos Xyz form. Then they'll come back and be in their Chaos Xyz form. And then the bad guy, I'm just going to call Reggie for simplicity's sake, is like, okay, no more messing around. Here's your Chaos forms now. Since the Chaos forms failed, we'll send out the over 100 numbers and then have to actually take on a threat. Like, I don't know, of course, how the story's going to go. I'm just going off of a general idea, of course. And this doesn't tell us much other than the Chaoscharge is coming back, I swear to God. But I'm going to take my time with it and be patient and blah, 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 blah. And of course, we're all waiting on that jazz. We all know how this works. But yeah, that's the trailer for Chaoscharge. So what do you say we give it one more look and I don't pause it every 2 seconds? So yeah, just for the fun of it.
The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep the keys, but I can't control it.
He's got a new look on this one, other than his usual Beyond models. Just... You got the little flies going around the garbage, too. I never noticed that detail, really. Make it, I feel it deep within. I just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I become. The day has just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. Now, obviously, when this thing broke, I was freaking smiling my ass off. It's like I want to do a blind reaction to it. But I also gotta watch the damn thing. I can't not watch it. It's like, dude, what the like, seriously, the moment it dropped, the first thing I did was go to Jace and just be like, bro, what the fuck? You're really gonna do this again? It's just like, you have some serious explaining to do. But yeah, Jason and I talked it out, and he's basically sure that he wants to do this, and of course he's gonna take his sweet time and plan all this stuff, and basically everything I said already. But yeah. And obviously with this I was smiling my ass off. And of course, you know how everyone reacted. Frickin' the Dragonverse basically had a meltdown. S-Code Knight released that awesome "He's back" video, which was short, but you know, it's how everyone was feeling. It's like, yo! I even frickin' posted a community post for it, so yeah. It's great to see you back, Jason. I'm looking forward again to Chaoscharge reboot. I may be getting sick of reboots in Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan shows. But you know what, for you, Jace, I'll make an exception, and I'm not going to be too pissed. And plus, Chaoscharge did kind of need a reboot after the first go. But yay, now you know what you're doing, and now you're going to go through it. And you'll probably keep mostly truly original stuff. Keep the stuff that worked, X-nay the stuff that didn't. So yeah, we're going to see some good stuff going forward, and I'm looking forward to Chaoscharge when it eventually drops. And yeah. I was really smiling my ass. I was just like, this is what got Jason and I to really know each other, and it started a beautiful friendship and all that jazz. And it's like, it's the start of what, it basically was the start of me becoming, I wouldn't say popular, but more well known in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan series, for better and for worse. Or at least made me feel like more connected, like I was making more connections, because like after Chaoscharge, or around that time, I also met Tenma, Dookie Darkwolf, and later on like Spooky Electronics, Gary, and of course a bunch of other YouTubers. But it all started me with Chaoscharge here. At least that's how my brain remembers it. It might have been in actually freaking in Dookie stuff first, and then it was Chaoscharge. And if there was also Virtual on, but less about said the better. Less said about that, the better. That was the correct terminology. But yeah, in my mind, it was Chaoscharge first that really got in there. It just like, you know, it's just nostalgia. It just makes you feel good inside. It's like watching an old TV show you watched as a kid, and it's like, you know that isn't as good as it used to, but it's like, it just makes us smile, you know? I don't know. But yeah, the main point is looking forward to it. I hope I did a decent job breaking down, and Jace, give me a percentage about how good I did. Because I know I didn't get 100% because I didn't know who some people were, and I could be wrong, like the Blackluster Soldier guy, for example, and this might not even be Jessica. But yeah, hopefully I did a good job, and yeah, looking forward to what's to come. So yeah, I have much else to say, so really looking forward to it, Jason. I can't wait for Chaoscharge to be back. Later.